Well, no doubt 2020 will go down in history as the most divisive election of our time, at least to that point. Court after court disproved claims about election fraud, but many, including the presumptive GOP nominee, continue to claim 2020 was rigged. Let's talk about Rachael Dean Wilson. She's the managing director of the Alliance for Securing Democracy. Up late with me tonight here on the Final Five. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Thanks for having me.
Here we are. I mean, it's, I think, you know, under the 150-day mark getting to Election Day, and the electioneering is well underway, if it hasn't been at this point. We can't seem to get past 2020 for a lot of people.
No, can we please talk about something else?
I wish we could.
I would love to, personally, but no, it continues to be an issue because, you know, Donald Trump is raising this on the campaign trail time and again, even though these false claims of rigged elections have been debunked time and again. And it's problematic. It's problematic because it undermines trust in our elections, it divides our communities, and honestly, it's a boon for our foreign adversaries. That said,
people believe that. There are a lot of people who will take at face value the idea that all of these results were cooked up, that it was a conspiracy. It's many lawmakers as well who were elected to office on that very same ballot in 2020. Many of those same lawmakers are the ones who voted not to certify the election. So there has been a big operation to legitimize these claims of false legitimacy.
Absolutely, and it is, you know, we can see the effects of that. So we have an information space that is more complicated, it is less transparent, and more fragmented. Yeah. And so in that information space, we are experiencing, it's just harder to know what information is going where and who's getting it. For example, we just released a tool called the Information Laundromat at the Alliance for Securing Democracy at the German Marshall Fund. And we did a study that showed how information gets laundered. And so how, like, the case study we used was RT, which is state-backed propaganda.
Correct.
And just for everyone, I want to be clear.
No,
so that's a Russian state-backed propaganda. It's banned on certain platforms. There are EU sanctions against it. And so we put in RT content into this tool and saw where it appeared. And it appeared in more than 400 websites. It skirted all these bans and sanctions. And it actually did so in a less transparent way than if RT's you know, articles were just on there, because you could be on a website like about man stuff. Yeah. And you know, you're talking grilling, you're talking dad tips, and then all of a sudden it's like a full page of RT content on the war in Ukraine and RT propaganda. And it's hard to know as a consumer where all this information is coming from. So I digress a little bit from the U.S. election, but just a note on the information space and how complicated that is. Yeah. Then you add on the challenges and the undermining of election administration on top of all those information challenges, and it kind of snowballs into this really significant threat.
And every time we hear, I'm sorry about that. Every time that we see slivers of, yes, there was a dead person who voted here, or there was something that happened there, or there were ballots that weren't counted elsewhere. These little nuggets, that they're seeds that implant into people the idea that, yeah, maybe the system is broken, ignorant to the fact that for years and years and years, it is not a perfect system. And people who are Democrats and Republicans, I'm looking at Stephen Richer out of Maricopa County in Arizona, who's a Republican, who has been at the forefront of defending democracy against people like Carrie Lake, who's another one who continues to lie and lie and lie about it. And people say in the media, you know, tell the truth. I am telling you the truth. These are what courts have adjudicated over time and time again.
Absolutely. It proves out, you know, almost every time. One of the things I think we can almost fall into a false choice between the elections are rigged and people are winning who shouldn't be, and, oh, no, there's nothing to see here. Elections are perfect. And the truth is actually that elections are human-run endeavors, and they are imperfect, but the goal is to catch the mistakes quickly and correct them quickly. Yeah. And so if we can kind of get people used to the idea, a perfect election is great, but what's more likely is that we need a system that kind of checks and balances and checks on itself.
Does it give you hope? We have seen and I give credit to the Virginia Republican Party, especially in this last election cycle, where Republicans did not do well, but Governor Youngkin was really at the forefront of telling people, hey, mail-in vote, if you vote early, it's going to be a secure effort. And he's done everything he can. A lot of Republican parties have caught on to that because they realize people, once their way of voting changed in 2020, you know, my parents are, you know, in their 70s. They don't want to go to the polling place anymore. They love getting their ballot at home and voting that way. Does that give you some hope that at least we're on the right track to telling people who are skeptics, hey, it's going to be okay?
Absolutely, and there are some states that are majority mail-in vote, or you know, all mail-in vote.
Yeah.
And so, but it is nice to see elected officials that are going to support the system, bolster the system, because that's what folks really need right now.
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
hear false narratives time and time again, you're going to believe them, even if you, or you're more likely to believe them, even if you know they're not true. If we hear something enough, it has a way of getting in our brains.
If people want to learn more about what you're doing at the Alliance, where should they go?
They should go to gmfus.org.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Rachel, great meeting you. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
And the Final Five is back right after this.